Hey, Danny. Have you been getting bullied by that mother-in-law of yours again? I heard about it from Mom, but that's too crazy, right? I never thought that she'd start to even call Mom and Dad's house like that. I'm sorry, she must be causing all kinds of trouble for you both now, too. She really is. Because you can't seem to make any children, she's now started to call us all the time and complain about you. Mom was crying her eyes out after that last call with her. She was telling Mom that her daughter was never raised correctly and that you are nothing more than a faulty product now. My husband and I not having luck making kids in my family have nothing to do with one another. That right there is taking things a bit too far. But hey, your in-laws getting that upset about you right now is something that can't be helped. You've been married to their son for 5 years now, right? Yet for some reason you guys have still not had any kids at all. If anything, I'm starting to feel bad for the rest of the family now. What? How about you give me a try with your husband, Mike? Unlike you, I'm still very young and healthy. I'm sure I'd be able to get pregnant on the first try with him. Then not only would Mike and his mother be happy, but so would the rest of our family. Would you stop talking about that? That's not even funny if you meant it as a joke. Handing over my husband to my little sister? What? I was actually being quite serious about that, though. What did you say? I mean, your husband is a really good-looking man, right? And when it comes to his family, they're realtors who all have a lot of land and money right now. I would love to be like you, turning into a housewife that doesn't have to do anything besides enjoy herself with all that money. I haven't been enjoying myself here, though. Mike has told me that because I can't seem to get pregnant at all, he's no longer giving me any more money. Right now, he's not paying for anything of mine at all, so I've had to start using up a lot of my savings. And on top of that, I'm having to talk with my mother-in-law at least once per day, listening to her screaming at me. Wow. It's like you're actually having to go through hell right now. Then wouldn't it be best for you to give me Mike right now? I'm much more likely than you to get pregnant, and if that's not selling my point here, I'm also cuter than you. I might seriously go out and steal him from you right now if you're not thinking about handing him over. Excuse me? I'm at that point now where I'm going around looking for a man of my own to marry now. But so far I haven't found the type that I'd like to settle down with for the rest of my life. Actually, the only one who's my type so far is Mike. Your type? Mike is your older sister's husband, though, Kelly. That doesn't mean anything to me. If I were to actually try with him, it would only take me a second to win him over and into my arms. But having to watch your husband leave you for your little sister is rough, right? That's why I think it would be best for you to ask for a divorce right now before that has to happen. Huh? That's me being kind to you as your little sister. It's not like you're ever going to bear any children for him, right? I think a useless woman like yourself who can't even do her biological job should just get lost. And then let me have the seat next to him as his wife. I can't believe you're saying things like that to your older sister right now. Right now, I'm not in the mood to even talk with you anymore. For the time being, leave all of this be and leave me alone.
I went and got the divorce paperwork from the courthouse. I'm freeing myself from you now. But make sure you sign those pronto.
What?
I'm coming home right now. You get your best pen ready to sign these for me. When I'm home, you just sign away until I say stop.
Hold on a second, Mike. Why are you wanting to get a divorce now like this?
Because it's been so long now. Yet you still have not gotten pregnant after all the attempts I've made? It's been 5 years and you still haven't given me a child. After taking a second to really think about things, I came to the conclusion that I need to get rid of you.
No way.
And let me just say this divorce is for your sake. So go ahead and thank me for all this.
What did you say?
I had no other choice but to do this because I felt so bad for you. Because you haven't been able to get anywhere in terms of making a kid. You've had to be blamed by everyone in my family. Seeing the woman I love being made fun of and picked on by everyone has really started to get to me. And I don't want to see it anymore. That is why I'm getting this divorce for you. This is a divorce bound in love. That is coming from my soft and caring heart.
What the hell has gotten into you, Mike? Did you slip and hit your head on something today? You have never been that kind of a person with me before, right?
Excuse me?
Out of all the times your mom has come and picked on me, not once did you step in to help me out. If anything, you were always joining in with her to help make fun of me and make me feel terrible. You would call me useless and garbage for not getting pregnant, and that's why you stopped ever paying for any of my needs? It's a bit strange that you'd want to be getting a divorce now for my sake of all things. Something is really fishy here, Mike.
What about all this is fishy to you? It couldn't be helped that my parents made fun of you and I had to join them. They were both upset of you because they worried about me. It'll be completely screwed up for me to get upset with them for caring about me, right?
Hold on. Whatever happened to you protecting your wife as the husband?
Also, when it came to the money, I did that for your sake as well. I was trying to make it look like you could take care of your own costs, alright? And that way, my mom might have thought twice about you before getting upset again, right? I stopped paying for all your needs in order to make you look like a good wife.
Huh?
To me, you have been the most loving woman I've ever been with. But that's the reason why I want to become free of you. Me allowing you to get away from my angry parents is my way of showing my love for you.
Okay then. If you're saying something like that about this, then I can understand. You and I can get a divorce now.
Seriously?
But could you give me a bit more time to get myself ready to leave? I want to take a day or two to make sure that you haven't been cheating on me or anything.
What? Why would you want to look into something like that? I would never cheat on you, would I? The only woman I've ever loved is you, Danny.
That's what I'd love to think, but I'm not believing that anymore. After all the times I'd been picked on by your mom and dad, yet was never protected by you? After all those times you joined them in laughing and making fun of me? And after all those times you would never come with me to the doctors to try and work on fixing this whole issue we've been having? You becoming all kind towards me like this? Something does not sit right with me at all, and I will not trust you just yet. I think there might be another reason, the real reason, behind why you're pushing for a divorce from me now of all times.
Excuse me?
Are you sure you're not with another woman right now? And you're wanting to be with her now, hence the sudden desire for a divorce from me? Perhaps that's why you're getting a bit worked up now? You don't want me to find out about you cheating on me this whole time, or else this divorce will become more of a pain in the ass for you, right? You've been wanting to get this divorce as quickly as possible so that you could walk away with all your money.
Do I really look like the kind of man with all those kind of schemes? I get that things are a bit stressful for you right now, but I have always loved you and not anybody else.
Well, if you really haven't been cheating on me, then me taking a look into it shouldn't be a problem for you at all, right? All you have to do is sit back and wait for me to be ready. Yet for some reason you really are breaking a sweat right now over this. Why is that, Mike?
I'm not breaking a sweat over any of this.
If you're really as kind as you're saying you've been, then you'll understand why I'm wanting to do this, right? You'll allow me to look into things until I'm satisfied with the answer, right? Now, I'm off to start looking into all of this to find an answer that I'm satisfied with. So give me some time, please. After that, we can get the divorce. Going out of your way to look into what Mike's been up to is so annoying. Just hurry the hell up and sign those divorce papers already. You've always been such a troublesome woman for Mike, and that's the exact reason he's abandoning you, dumbass. Coming at me like that for no reason at all is a bit of a shock. What exactly do you want to say to me? You were told yesterday that you'd be getting a divorce from Mike, right? But in the end, you started to suspect that he's been cheating on you with someone else, right? Well, your gut was right. He has been with another woman, and that woman just so happens to be me. How's that? Are you happy with this answer now? I kind of figured that would be the outcome, but coming out with all that before I even got down to investigating him? I had to, because you're being such a pain in the ass, all right? I knew that you'd figure it out soon enough, so it was just quicker to tell you the truth and move on with it. It's best for us to just pay you a settlement so that we can get moving with our marriage. I suppose you're right. Telling me like that actually helps me out a lot as well. But could you please tell me why you started to go out with my husband behind my back like that? He is your older sister's husband, of all people. I told you before, right? I want to become the wife of a rich man and have a life filled with money. And that requires me to have a man that can make that happen for me. Well, aren't there plenty of other rich men in this city you could go out with? I mean, we're living in LA, so it's not that hard to find men with loads of money. But when it comes to men with money, they're usually all married, right? I don't mind taking them away from their wives, but having to deal with the aftermath is always a pain. I wanted to avoid all of that, hence the idea I had. If I were to steal one of my family members' husbands from them, they wouldn't get as upset with me, right? Huh? And then when it comes to you and Mike, your relationship has gone sour over you not being able to provide his family with a kid. Actually, there are so many people who will be happy over me taking him from you. So you used that kind of a BS excuse to steal my husband away from me? I opened up about what's been going on here, so hurry up and get that divorce from him now. Right now, I have his child in my belly, so I need to hurry up and get married with him before said baby comes out. What did you just say? Kelly, you're pregnant right now? Keep this a secret from Mike, all right? I want to surprise him, so please don't tell him or anyone else. Are you really pregnant right now? There has to be some kind of a mistake there, Kelly. There's no way that's the case, right? I made sure to go to the doctor's office and have them test and confirm it for me. And if you still don't believe me, I have the paperwork from that visit, which I can show you. No way. I knew that younger women always got pregnant quicker and more effectively than you old hags. I'm so much better than you are. I see. Then I suppose I really do need to get this divorce now. Kids have to have their parents around, after all. You really tried your hardest to get pregnant, but never ever could, right? I'm so sorry that I went and got pregnant with my brother-in-law like that. But once I have this baby of ours, you're still going to come out to spoil them as their aunt, right? Sure, and congratulations. Oh, you're trying to act all tough now is hilarious. Especially when I know you're not happy about any of this one bit. Now, please get that divorce right now for me. Thank you for getting that divorce from Mike so quickly for me. Because of that, he and I were able to hand in the marriage papers just a second ago. And with that, starting today, I am Mike's wife. I am the wife of a well-off man who will provide everything for me. Congrats, Kelly. Your dream of having to do nothing at all and live in luxury has come true. And the baby inside me is doing great as well. I'll make sure to show you them first when they're born. Mike's and my angelic little baby. I'm really pleased that you would do that for me, but you really don't have to show that baby to me. I really don't want to see the baby you had with some random man from who knows where. Huh? Also, there's one other thing I wanted to congratulate you on. Congrats on getting another man to take care of your kid for you. What? Are you going to talk with Mike before you have that baby, or do you plan to hide all of that from him forever? Well, whichever one you choose, you'll be living in hell either way. Wait a second, Danny. What the hell are you going on about right now? Why would you say something as rude as that to a soon-to-be mother like me? I'm not using Mike to be my child's father. Mike is the father of this baby. But how else did you end up getting pregnant then if it wasn't with another man? He has a sperm cell count of 0, so... There is no possible way you could have gotten pregnant because of him. Huh? He has a sperm cell count of 0? What? You're telling me that Mike... He can't make babies? Yes, that's right. I had a doctor go ahead and take a look at him the last time we went together. And the doctor found out that he literally has nothing in his junk. That was pretty much the doctor saying to him that there was no way he'd ever be able to have kids of his own. Well, there was one way, but that required Mike to have to go through some treatments to help boost his sperm cell count. Huh? You're lying to me, right? There's no way he's infertile. Because right now, I'm pregnant with his baby. There's no way this baby could be another man's. Oh? So you have an idea now of who that baby's real father might be? No. Wait. This all has to be a joke, right? A lie. Because even if I do remember someone, it was only a one-night stand of all things. I just ran into a friend of mine from back in high school was all. For that to have gotten me pregnant with this baby I'm carrying now? I guess you being young does mean you can get pregnant relatively easily. Just like you were telling me before, right? No, wait. There's no way this could be happening right now. There's no way that old friend of mine could ever be a good father to any kids. Well, trying to force a man that can never have kids to become a father is far worse, right? But right now that old friend doesn't have a job. In the past, he was this really hot-looking guy that I loved so much. But all he ever did was join a band that isn't doing so well, and he's turned out into this not-so-good-looking guy. There's no way I could be having a kid with a man like that. I just became the wife of a rich man as well. Being pregnant with the child of another man right after you just got married makes me feel pretty sorry for Mike now. Wait a second, Danny. If you knew that he was never going to be able to get me pregnant, why did you wait until right now to tell me that? Something as important as that should have been told to me the moment I started talking to you about Mike. Oh, but that would have been so boring. What? You really thought that I'd just let the two bozos that stabbed me in the back run off and have a lovely marriage together? Absolutely not, Kelly. That's why I didn't say anything else to you. Him being infertile should have been something you knew ahead of getting married to him. But Mike would have never been able to tell you that, though, because I never told him what that doctor told me. What? So not even Mike knows that he's infertile right now? He never wanted to talk about working with me to fix not being able to have a baby, and it took me a year to finally get him in to see a doctor. Considering how perfect he thinks that he is, even if I'd told him about his 0 sperm cell count, he would have never believed me. If anything, he would have gotten upset with me over that, and that's why I never told him anything. No way. And when it came to his parents, the both of them would often tell me that it's embarrassing to go out and get help for being infertile. They would give me all these absurd reasons as to why it was embarrassing, and then would never let me talk about it with them at all. If there was no way his parents would let either one of us get treatments for it, what's the point of telling Mike that he's the infertile one? I was told by the doctor that based on the condition of Mike's testicles, the only way he would be able to impregnate me is with some medical intervention. I'm sure that's probably the case. But for this to... What should I be doing about this right now? I just told Mike about how I'm pregnant with his baby a little bit ago. Oh my. I was waiting until after we got married to surprise him about it, and in my excitement, I told him everything. Oh, why would this happen to me? I can't go telling him now that he's not actually the baby's father at a time like this. Then why not try keeping that a secret from him for the rest of the time? Oh, because that's not happening, because I won't allow it to. What? After having gotten the divorce, I'm no longer afraid of him or his parents anymore. I think I'm going to tell him about how his balls don't work at all right now. What? You're lying. Wait a second. Don't you dare do that. Then choose, Kelly. Would you rather I go and tell him, or you go and explain to him what's happened here? I'll give you a few minutes to decide and send me your answer. Now I'll be off.
This is the freaking worst! To think she'd go out and get pregnant with another man's baby like that. Why the hell do I have to listen to this on the day we got married to one another? What the hell is even happening here? There's no way this could be true.
Wow, she opened up to you about that a lot sooner than I thought she would.
I can't even wrap my head around this. I was so excited to finally be having a baby with her, but then she came to me saying crap like that. What the hell does she mean that the baby inside her isn't mine? And what the hell does she mean by me not having any sperm cells?
If you want to know how that doctor's appointment went, I sent the details to your email. Make sure to take a very close look at all the results.
I'm not screwing around. Why the hell were you keeping such vital information away from me? Why would you bring that up after I got remarried? And right after I was told I was going to have my first baby with Kelly?
This is called my revenge, Mike.
What?
I don't know how many times I asked for you to get help with me so that we could have a baby together, but you always said no. And I don't know how many times I had to be bullied by your mom and dad about it without you ever stepping in to help me. When the doctor came back and told me the results of that test he did on you, I found out that this was never my fault. At that moment, something inside me flipped and I was no longer feeling bad for myself. And from that moment on, I knew that I could use this news about your disability as a trump card against you. I wanted to use it at a time where I could watch you fall apart the hardest.
No way!
And just as I was hoping for, you've really fallen apart after the news hit you.
I've not just fallen apart. Why the hell would you do this to me? Now I'm having to deal with your sister constantly berating me, saying that I have to become this kid's father? She keeps going on about how the baby doesn't have to be related to me by blood for me to be its father. But I can't be asked.
I'm sorry, but I don't really care to sit here and listen to my ex whine and complain about his life right now.
Go screw yourself. I have every right to be complaining like this about everything right now. Kelly? She went and got pregnant with another man before she married me. Think I'm just going to sit around and take this from her when she's absolute trash?
What? Has she been doing other things to you that have been pissing you off?
Ever since I went and said no to becoming that baby's father, she started to lash out at me. And she keeps on blaming me for being the one who's infertile. She tells me that as long as I shut up and deal with reality, everyone else can be happy. And in order to get me stuck between a rock and a hard place, she told my parents that she's carrying my kid.
Really?
Of course, the both of them were so happy to hear such a thing, even though that the baby in her has nothing to do with this family.
Well, she's really gone and done it to you now. But all you have to do to fix that is go and tell your parents the truth, right? Tell them that it's not your baby and that it has nothing to do with your family at all.
You think I can go saying that to them? If I say something like that to my parents now, they will surely find out that I'm the infertile one.
Ah, I see.
If they both found out that their important son was the one who couldn't get a woman pregnant, do you have any clue how much that would kill them inside? My pride would be in tatters after that.
Well, if you don't do anything at all about this now, then you're going to just end up being the father of another man's child. But if you don't like that and end up talking about you being infertile, then your pride will be in tatters. Those are two very rough options you have to make a choice over, but neither have anything to do with me, so I don't care what you do.
What?
You're going to have yourself one awfully dramatic marriage with Kelly. But please, don't let all of the ups and downs take all the fun out of it. What am I going to do, Danny? His parents have found out about how this baby I'm carrying isn't Mike's, and because of that, they're wanting to get a settlement from me now. What? Then that means Mike went and told the both of them about how he's infertile. I thought he would never be able to bring that up with them, but now both of his parents are pissed off at me. They told me I really did a good one making them have such false hopes of happiness. And now they're saying they're going to force their son and I to get a divorce and then sue me. They're going to get $100,000 from me in that settlement, Danny. That's what I expected from a rich family. They would need a settlement at least 10 times the size of one we'd want to get. Help me, Danny. Do something to get the both of them to stop wanting to get a settlement from me over this. Screw you. I have no intention of helping your selfish ass. Huh? So you're just going to let them force me to pay $100,000? I don't have much in my savings, and I'm currently carrying a baby. I tried to call my old friend about this baby he gave me, yet he won't do anything at all to help me out here. He said he acknowledges that the baby is his, but he doesn't have the money to pay for the child support or anything right now. So you already tried to talk with him about this? You really are a fast-acting girl, aren't you? Please help me. You're the only person I have left to ask for help from. I can't bring something like this up with Mom and Dad. As my sister, you're the only person I can go to. Don't ever call me your sister ever again, please. I no longer think of you as my little sister, nor as my family anymore, Kelly. What? I don't care about someone who thinks it's okay to backstab their own sister. Some people say that women grow even stronger when they become a mother, so you should be able to manage somehow. After that, both Mike and Kelly got a divorce almost immediately. He and his parents ended up only asking for around $30,000 from her, but that was still a lot of money to someone like Kelly. I heard that she had to borrow a lot of money from a loan shark and paid off that settlement in one go. And after all of that was over with, Kelly was able to go back to that baby's real father and get married to him somehow. But of course, her new husband told her that the marriage and the baby could not get in the way of his dream of becoming a superstar with his band. They made a promise about that, and now Kelly is having to work part-time while also taking care of her soon-to-be-born baby. As for what happened with Mike and his family after the divorce was over with, his mom told him that the only option they had left was him getting treated, and both his mom and dad accompanied him to the hospital. However, every time they go there to get his next round of treatments, Mike's mom blows up on the doctor, asking him to hurry up and make her son fertile again, sometimes breaking things in the process. His mom will also go around the neighborhood asking people for recommendations on doctors and medicine that could help her son out. And with every person she goes around talking with about her son's infertility, the more of his pride goes down the drain.